October 14, 1943. 15,000 feet above Schweinfurt, Germany.
My 17th heavy bomb destroyed.
Without fighter escorts, the American bombers were nothing more than expensive targets. The Americans called it Black Thursday, the darkest day in the history of the 8th Air Force.
Approach from 12 o'clock high, a 2-second burst at the cockpit, then break away.
German pilots had identified critical weaknesses in the American defensive formation.
The company front attack created devastating psychological impact.
They faced 8 fighters, approaching at a combined closing speed of 600 miles per hour.
The root of American vulnerability lay in simple physics. No Allied fighter had the range.
The P-47s could only escort to the German border, then had to turn back.
Luftwaffe pilots called it the golden moment.
The deadly arithmetic was simple. The bombers flew the most dangerous part of their mission alone.
The P-51 Mustang's development began not as an American initiative, but a British request.
Instead of building more P-40s, North American proposed an entirely new aircraft.
The result was a remarkable achievement in rapid development.
Initially, it excelled at low altitude, but struggled where it was needed most. The transformation would come from an unlikely marriage of American and British engineering.
The results were extraordinary.
Top speed jumped. High altitude performance transformed from marginal to exceptional. But what was truly revolutionary wasn't just performance, but its range.
With 108-gallon drop tanks, combat radius stretched to 850 miles, enough to reach Berlin and return.
November 1943. The game changer had arrived.
The moment I lifted off, I knew we had something special. It handled like a sports car.
The first long-range escort mission to a target previously impossible to reach.
The psychological impact on both sides was immediate.
The escorts weren't turning back.
Confirm fighter type. Repeat, confirm your position.
The air war has fundamentally changed. Our sanctuary no longer exists.
The city Hermann Göring had sworn would never see enemy aircraft. And surrounding them were American escorts.
For the Luftwaffe pilots, the sight was incomprehensible. They had been told it was impossible.
Big Week demonstrated the transformed dynamics of the air war. The Luftwaffe lost irreplaceable pilots.
American strategy shifted from simply bombing targets.
We'd escort the bombers to the target, then we'd go looking for trouble.
American losses, while significant, were replaced by training programs producing 11,000 new pilots monthly.
Confirm fighter type. Repeat, confirm your position.
The air war has fundamentally changed. Our sanctuary no longer exists.
For the Luftwaffe pilots, the sight was incomprehensible. They had been told it was impossible.
The air war has fundamentally changed. Our sanctuary no longer exists.
And surrounding them were American escorts.
For the Luftwaffe pilots, the sight was incomprehensible. They had been told it was impossible.
D-Day demonstrated the complete reversal of air superiority. The Luftwaffe managed only 319 sorties, compared to 14,674 by the Allies.
A suicide mission disguised as duty.
The Mustangs' role expanded to fighter bombing, becoming train busters. Germany's technological response came in the form of revolutionary jet fighters.
Capable of 540 miles per hour, it was nearly untouchable.
And the Mustangs could loiter over our airfields, attacking when we were most vulnerable.
Mustang pilots learned to exploit these weaknesses.
By early 1945, the arithmetic of air combat had become impossible for Germany.
America produced 15,486 P-51s.
The Luftwaffe could muster perhaps 300 to 400 serviceable fighters on any given day.
And those were often manned by teenagers with minimal training.
By 1945, it wasn't combat, it was execution.
Testimony from captured Luftwaffe pilots revealed the Mustang's impact.
The Mustang killed the Luftwaffe. Not the bomber offensive, not the invasion, but that fighter.
I flew my first combat mission with 55 hours total flight time. I knew then we had lost not just the war, but the sky itself.
The Mustang's contribution extended far beyond tactical victories.
Beyond strategic impacts lay a profound human transformation. Some German pilots experienced a different transformation, from enemy to admirer.
The P-51 represented a watershed in fighter design.
This concept would influence everything from the F-86 Sabre to modern fighters.
The final statistics of the Mustang's impact are staggering.
4,131 more destroyed on the ground.
1944, 12,037 pilots lost. Perhaps the Mustang's greatest achievement was psychological. 40 years later, former adversaries met.
We went from laughing at unescorted bombers to taking cover from Mustangs in just 4 months.
You ask when we knew the war was lost. It was that day, in March 1944.
The transformation from German pilots laughing.
The cowering from Mustang fighters.
The P-51 Mustang was the catalyst for this transformation. But it represented something larger: American industrial might.
Democratic cooperation between allies.
The laughter of German pilots in October 1943 was based on reasonable assessment.
What they failed to anticipate was American problem-solving capability. When Mustangs appeared over Berlin, the laughter stopped forever.
The P-51 didn't just win the air war.
It shattered illusions, destroyed myths. The German pilots who survived never forgot the lesson.
They consistently identified the arrival of Mustangs as the moment they knew the war was lost.
Not the invasion of Normandy, not the fall of Berlin.
But that moment, when American fighters appeared where they couldn't be. The P-51 Mustang remains the ultimate symbol of American aerial supremacy.
The aircraft that silenced the laughter. The German pilots who laughed in October 1943.
By May 1945, most were no longer alive to regret their premature confidence. In the end, the story teaches the power of industrial democracy, and the transformative impact a single weapon system can have on the course of history.